Hey there, Renee Dawkins here, the Dawkins team at Ketchum Realty Group in Tallahassee, Florida. I wanted to talk really quick about 5 downfalls of living in Tallahassee. So Tallahassee, Florida, like any other city, has downfalls as well as some huge positive. Everybody thinks that Tallahassee is full of luscious greenery, big live oak trees, pine trees, rolling hills. We are known for our canopy roads, which are beautiful as well, but there are downfalls and drawbacks just like there would be with any other city. So let's dive into a couple of those this morning and talk about some of the downfalls to living here. If you're considering moving to the Tallahassee area or even North Florida, these are a couple of items to keep in mind and I think helpful in your preparation of moving, just so you know kind of the good and the bad, right? It's good to know both sides. All right, so we're going to talk about number 1 on our list, and that is the humid climate here in Tallahassee, Florida, really North Florida in general. Tallahassee, I've always heard, feels like you're in like a bowl. There's not a lot of breeze off of the ocean. There's not a lot of cooler temperatures, so we're kind of stuck there in the middle between Georgia and the coast. That being said, we do have a lot of humidity. If you're, accustomed to it and you're from the area or you've been here a while, you might not realize it as much as somebody that may be traveling down up from the northern states down to Florida to visit or even thinking about moving here. Once you do become accustomed to it, it's not too bad. Evenings get a little bit of a relief, but they still have that sticky air. Another drawback to living in Tallahassee, Florida is the limited job opportunities that we have here. While Tallahassee is home for state offices, government officials, we do have session here. We have universities, we have a lot of healthcare facilities. The job market can be limited for other types of fields such as finance or technology. Those industries may find it challenging to get started. So young professionals that are looking to start their careers here may have a challenge, or are those that are looking to advance in those fields. We are not comparable to other larger cities in Florida, such as Miami and Orlando. So that is another drawback when considering relocating or moving to the Tallahassee area, is there may not be as many job opportunities depending on what field you are going into. And a third downfall to living in Tallahassee, Florida is the fact that we do have a little bit of a transient population. So what that means is we are home to 2 large universities, Florida State University and Florida A&M University, while other smaller universities and colleges are here in town. We do see a lot of college students moving in and out of town. Given that does bring a lot of energy and a lot of diversity to the city, which is amazing, but it also can be a little challenging as far as the rental market goes. Our rental market here in Tallahassee is very competitive. Leases often align with the academic calendar, so that's, they really hound in on those college students, which makes it a little bit more challenging to find a stable housing here, which is another reason why the rental population is a little bit down. And if you're looking to move to the Tallahassee area, finding temporary housing could be challenging while you look for that more permanent residence. A fourth drawback to living in Tallahassee, Florida is that it is limited on entertainment. So while a lot of people feel that we are the capital of Florida, that we would have a lot of entertainment coming and going, that is something that has always really struggled here in Tallahassee, Florida. Being a native to Tallahassee myself, I know that there are a lot of big artists that we have to travel outside of the city to see. Larger cities such as Orlando, Tampa, Miami, and Jacksonville seem to bring a lot of entertainment in that we lack here in Tallahassee. So if you're looking for something to do, you might be found a little bit of a challenge there as far as the entertainment goes. And you may have to, look for, like I said, a Jacksonville trip and have a quick weekend getaway to see some of that larger entertainment coming and going. Drawback to living in Tallahassee, Florida is the fact that we are in North Florida, right? We're right there in that Big Bend where there are a lot of natural disasters. And I shouldn't say, a lot of natural disasters, but they do happen. But we do know that natural disasters happen throughout the nation, right? So here in North Florida, we do see a good bit of hurricanes and storms, tropical storms that come and go. Tallahassee being located right there in that Big Bend, we're lucky enough that we are a little bit further inland, so we're not right on the coast, like a lot of the coastal towns that have more of a challenge with those hurricanes or tropical storms. Tallahassee is inland a little bit more, that barrier and that buffer offers us a little bit of protection. But for somebody that may not be interested in hurricanes or maybe scared or fearful of those, that might be a concern for them. There is a lot of resources available, and Tallahassee has done a great job preparing for these disasters before they occur. Like I mentioned earlier, we're known for our canopy roads here in Tallahassee and in North Florida. Those canopies are beautiful, but those live oaks and those pine trees, when they get heavy with rain or the winds get picked up, they come down, they're not very strong. Tallahassee has done a great job going in and making sure all of our utilities, power lines are cut, there's the brush is cut back from those, which is super helpful. We also have a lot of disaster centers located and shelters in place that when there is storms coming, we open those up. And there's a lot of assistance for prep kits on, getting ready for the storm. So we know that hurricane season ranges from November to June, June to November. I said that backwards. June to November every year. And during hurricane season, as we're leading up to hurricane season, there's preparation that goes in. We even have tax-free holidays to help you prepare your shelter kits or your evacuation kits, and even after that, as the season comes to an end, start looking at your kits and what was used from that previous season and replenish it so you're ready come June of the next year. But that is another downfall that a lot of people have expressed as a concern when looking to relocate to North Florida or to Tallahassee. So while this episode was talking about a lot of the downfalls and drawbacks of living in Tallahassee, Florida, I am here to say Tallahassee, Florida is still a wonderful city and a great place to grow up, to raise your family, to come to college and stay for a little bit, to start your professional career. I myself have been in Tallahassee my entire life, and I can say that we are a very warm and friendly atmosphere here in town. Tallahassee, Florida is known as that big, small town, and I feel that this episode was to help anyone who's considering moving to the area know that, like any city and any place, there are drawbacks and downfalls everywhere, but I would highly recommend anybody that is considering making the move to Florida, look at North Florida. In particular, look at Tallahassee, Florida. Thank you, and I hope you all have a great day.